Hey, everybody, and welcome once again to the 6th episode of the Chris Rose Rotation here on John Boy Media. And look who's getting his first start in the rotation, none other than Chicago White Sox all-star right-hander Lucas Giolito. Way to round it out, my friend. How are you?
Hey, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm very, very excited to kick this off.
It's been a while since you've been at the back of the rotation. Are you comfortable back here?
It's a little strange, but I'll do whatever helps the team.
Seriously? Is that the way we're going to play it? That is the first and last cliche you are allowed to say on this show. I'm warning you now.
Okay. I don't like being back here, but I'm not trying to come in all pissy about it right out of the gate. I'm a team player, so.
Well, I like pissy Lucas Giolito. See, you're so nice and so kind, and you've got the Harvard Westlake education and everything. Do you get pissy?
Sometimes. I try to stay positive.
What makes you pissy? Go ahead, tell
me. I'm number one's probably not throwing well.
Okay, that's fine. That's what you do for a living.
I've done a much better job of that the last couple of years. Man, what's another one? Anytime I have to wake up before 9:30 in the morning, so pretty much all of spring training.
Oh, yeah.
No one likes me in the morning.
Yeah, you guys are all grumpy. You all hate spring training for that. But your days, sometimes your days are done at like noon. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways. Like some guys are, not everybody in baseball is like a night owl. Some guys are morning guys. They wake up at 8:30, the natural alarm clock, and they get after it. I tried to do that, first couple spring trainings, you're a rookie, you want to make a good first impression, you don't want to be slacking off in the morning. So trying to wake up super early, get to the field, do as much as you can before a veteran even sees you, that kind of thing. And I just realized over time, I don't care. I'd rather I'd much rather do what I know will put me in a position of success versus trying to appease other people. And yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, man. I probably am one of the last guys to walk in the door at spring training just because I value my sleep, especially in the early morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be in there pretty late sometimes. I'm more comfortable hanging out in the clubhouse until 4 p.m. during spring than just coming back and sitting on my ass playing video games,
Hey, man, that's the fun way. That's the best part of being a ball player. They always say it's what the guys miss. Number one is just being a dude and hanging out. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Well, I love it that you're hanging out. Did I notice something on your shirt? Let's see it. Okay, for people that are audio only, he's wearing the John Boy Media t-shirt.
Yes.
Boy, you are the biggest brown nose with the bosses already.
Hey, man, it's my first time on. I'm new to this game. Why not? Why not rep the brand a little bit?
Yeah. See, you've already moved up 2 spots in the rotation because of it.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll get the ace spot eventually. Just wait.
Glass now and Brault might want to wrestle it away from you.
Yeah, those guys did a great job first time out.
You listened?
I listened a little bit, bits and pieces. Yeah.
Okay, good work. So I've known you a while and obviously interviewed you several times, but I did a little more of a deep dive. True or false? You broke 90 on the gun before you turned 14.
That's probably some shit my dad was saying, man. No. Before I hit 15, I broke 90 on the gun. I was 14. I remember it yesterday because it was a pretty cool moment for me. It was summer before my freshman year of high school. I'm playing for the Harvard Westlake summer ball team. It's my first time meeting the coaching staff and the players on the team, things like that. And I want to say I was doing all right. I was probably throwing the mid 80s that summer. And then I was invited or head coach like set it up for me to go to a like little showcase event.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of those things where like all the pitchers show up, they throw one inning each, just try and blow it out as hard as you can. And it was my first time ever doing something like that. Like my first time ever seeing like radar guns behind the backstop. And so I just got up there and I threw it as hard as I could. And I think the inning went okay. But I heard like right after, like, dude, you hit 90 miles an hour. It was the day before my 15th birthday, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was the day before my 14th birthday. No, it couldn't have been. It was summer ball after my freshman year. I'm like, I remember it like yesterday, and I'm just
okay,
like
so now we've gotten to the point
where
no, you were 22 and you finally broke 90. This is where this thing's going.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was the day before my 15th birthday, so it was after freshman year of high school. I was on the varsity team my freshman year, but I like barely played at all. I was pretty garbage. And that summer, that was my first showcase event, hit 90. Next day I turned 15 years old. So it was like a happy birthday to myself.
Yeah. Well, what'd your boys say?
Pretty impressive. I
Come
don't
on,
remember, man.
Stop. Wait a second. I have a kid that is 15 and he's good. He's not great, but he's a good pitcher. He's topping out at like 82 right now. The
That's
guys are
good.
like, yeah,
that's good for that age.
I'm with you. So add another 8. And that's where you were before you were 15. Don't act like that's not a big deal.
Yeah, but that's like one inning, just trying to throw as hard as you can. You know, it's a little different. Even my sophomore year, like for next episode, look up my high school stats my sophomore year of high school.
Ooh, challenge. I'm in.
Maybe worse than 2018 MLB stats. Maybe.
Really?
Oh yeah. I couldn't throw a strike.
Oh, you were Nuke Lelouch from Bull Durham.
Worse.
Really? You were hitting the mascot and stuff?
I had an outing against, I want to say it was Loyola, like our rival, where I walked like 5 or 6 in a row right out of the gate and I got pulled from the game.
Like in the first inning?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah. Really, really bad. And then Ethan Katz showed up and we went to work and figured it out.
Ethan Katz, who's now your dude in Chicago.
Yep.
That is so bizarre, isn't it?
It is. It's really fun. It's cool because, like, you know, I worked with Ethan when I was 15, when he was my high school pitching coach. And then I would work with him like pretty much every off season, but a little bit more hands off. Because, you know, I'm in an organization trying to figure it out on the professional level. He was getting his foot in the door professionally. I believe his first team was the Angels, and then maybe Mariners after that, before the Giants, and then us. But now it's just like really cool because, like, you know, I've had my evolution as a player. He's had his evolution as a pitching coach. And it's kind of come full circle. And now we're working together again on a daily basis, like very, very close. And it's just like, it's surreal. There's a level to it that is just like, man, this is weird.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But obviously the big news is who's one seat up on the coaching staff. And that's Tony La Russa, who's back in the game. Like you never get to go play for a Hall of Famer, which is ridiculous. How was your first conversation with him on the phone?
Amazing. You know, when we hired him, media was going crazy. You know, he's not gonna be able to connect with the younger guys, this, that. I was reading it and I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, I get it to a certain degree, but like, he hasn't even talked to a player yet. Like, he hasn't shown anything yet with this he's been with the organization before many years ago, but like with this group, like does he get a chance or not?
Well, hold on. You weren't skeptical?
Not really. I was like, this is a Hall of Fame manager. this guy's won a lot of games. He won a World Series in 2011. So
Lucas,
for me, it was very much, I need to, like, I'm not going to judge anyone. Like, I'm going to be working closely with until I actually like talk to them.
okay.
Like that was legitimately my approach to it.
Well,
Like, I'm not going to sit here and be a skeptic. I'm not going to sit here and be like overly optimistic until I get a chance to talk to him, see his philosophies. And then the big thing is like, once we get into spring training, which is where we're at now. But the first conversation was amazing. The key takeaway from that convo for me was, he gets on the phone, Lucas, I want to introduce myself. And the first, like, once we got into baseball stuff, the like first place he went was, I know you guys have, at least to my knowledge from what everyone's told me, you guys have a strong clubhouse. You guys are close. I love that. One of my biggest things I've always preached as a manager is we need to have that close family environment among the players, the coaches, top to bottom. It's a family. We're all playing for each other. I'm going to have to earn your guys' respect. Whoa. I was like, wait, well, hold on. Like, Mr. Hall of Fame manager, to a certain degree, I was expecting, like, this is my plan. This is what we're going to do. Like, No. I'm going to have to earn your guys' respect. I know what I'm stepping into. I know, like, the talent. I know where you guys are at, like, as a team, how close you all are. My main thing, I'm nervous. He told it, all of us, told me on the phone. And he told everyone, I'm nervous about this, but it's a good thing because it means I care. I've always felt that way about, like, nerves. Like, I was very nervous before my first playoff game, but it's because I cared. I wanted to win, right? I'm nervous about this. I need to earn your guys' respect. I'm going to try and show that on a daily basis with my coaching, my work. And that's pretty much how that first combo went. And I was like, wow, okay. I wasn't really expecting that. I was thinking more like he'd kind of just introduce himself. I'm coming in, lay it all out there. But it was a lot more, I guess, of like an introspective conversation than I was expecting. And then we got into personal stuff too. Like, he asked me about my wife. He heard that my wife is in veterinary school. He runs a very, very big
yes, he does.
animal rescue foundation. So we got into that stuff. And it's just like that family focus, respect among everyone. I love it.
So then you get a chance to meet him in person. Was the biggest thing you were worried about was that he might have the old man smell? Right? You know what I'm talking about.
Maybe.
No, you do. Your parents aren't there, but we all experienced it. I'm going to smell that way at some point,
Maybe I haven't spent enough time around elderly people. I'm not totally sure what the smell is.
Come on, stop. There's everybody that is listening or watching this on the John Boy Media Baseball YouTube channel is nodding because they all have somebody in their life that's got the old person smell. My grandma, my dad's mom, Grandma Tilly, loved her. Wonderful woman. Mm. I loved seeing her every Sunday, but I could not stand the smell of her apartment. I just couldn't.
Was it like old lady perfume and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was a little musty. It just, okay. Yeah, I didn't get a good oxygen to the brain. I had to hold my nose for the entire 2 hours I was there. It was like this, and like occasionally I'd walk in the hall to try and get some fresh air. But since it was all old people that lived in there, then it didn't matter if I went in the hallway. It was just consuming different old person smell. I can't believe you don't know this.
I think my grandparents, they smelled fine. I never noticed anything. I haven't noticed anything with Tony. The biggest thing is he's a bit older. My thing was like, is he going to move around the field well?
You're checking out his agility. Are we sending him through a springtime agility drill?
Agilities and weightlifting. But he's moving around good, man. All of our meetings have been like very concise. I don't know. I just think we're in a very good spot.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Because I don't know if you've noticed, you guys made the playoffs last season for the first time in a dozen years. Made some interesting acquisitions in the offseason. Love the Lance Lynn deal. I'm a huge Liam Hendricks fan, so I think that you guys are certainly pointed in the right direction. But then we get to a guy who's just lit it up offensively the last 2 years, Tim Anderson. And he was doing a little press this spring, and Tim loves to talk. That's why we love him. We love listening to him. And so he said this about the Chicago White Sox of 2021.
Yep. This is the bait. I mean, he got baited into that.
Did you hear it?
What, fuck it, we're the best team in the American League?
Yeah, do you have it? Don't you have one of those t-shirts?
I don't know if we have that on t-shirt. Our first t-shirt of the spring was Nick Madrigal, Mr. 3000.
That's funny.
Did you hear that? Have you heard that story?
No. I'll take it.
I don't know. I don't know if he was talking to media or if it was just like, it had to be media because like everybody knew about it. He basically said, I think a very attainable goal for me as a player is to get 3,000 hits. I'm gonna have 3,000 hits in my career. And so of course, like TA starts popping off, everyone's popping off, and Eaton goes and makes the Bernie, the Bernie Mac movie, Mr. 3000.
Not only do I know it, you are talking to one of the stars of Mr. 3000.
Oh, you were in it?
Hell yes, I was.
I haven't seen it since I was like 11.
Hey, you want to go see a young Chris Rose? Occasionally it'll pop up on cable and people will take a screenshot and be like, Rose, what happened to you?
Were you playing yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so like you were doing Best Damn?
Exactly.
Oh, exactly. Okay.
How many hits shy do you think Nick Madrigal is of 3,000?
Well, he only played in like 40 games last year. He had a lot of hits. He hit like 340 or something.
He sure did. But boy, right on the button. You must have started him on your fantasy team. He had 340.
I don't think we're allowed to play fantasy baseball. I'm so bad at this, doing the math like this. 40 games. I don't know, 3 hits.
Yeah, he's 2,965 hits shy of that very attainable goal.
Yeah, sure. He's going to, I call him Merlin sometimes because he swings the magic wand. Just like, 75 exit velo right over the second baseman's head.
Oh, that's funny. That's great.
I love it.
That's a good one. You got to get.
But you know what though? You know what? His shoulders right now. So I'm waiting for him to I want to see him in the next 3 years have a season where he hits 5 home runs. And I think he can do it too, because he'll show some pop off. Like if he like opens up and turns on a ball, like I've seen him put him out in BP and stuff. It's just last year's playing with the shoulder, but now it's fully back. So yeah, we'll see.
I love it. I want a t-shirt. So get me one. Since I've lost 30 pounds, I might be down to a large, but it depends on the make. Might be an XL still.
I'm an XL, so
yeah, but you're also 6'5",
6'6".
So
change.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I want to get back to the fuck it. We're the best in the AL.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
Yes, but we have to show it. Tim, I thought Tim answered the question very well.
Me too.
And then I forget who was interviewing him, but whoever's interviewing him just baited him hard by basically putting the words in his mouth before, which is like fine. But like, Tim, he played with it, and I like it. If you're gonna play like the best team in the American League, you have to believe you are, and we believe we are for sure. So yeah, I guess I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what I want. I hate it when people are like, "Was you hear what Tim Anderson said?" He says they think they're the best team in the American League. Fuck it. If I'm a White Sox fan, that's what I want to hear out of my all-star shortstop's mouth.
100%.
That's what I want to hear.
100%.
I always think this with you guys meaning pro athletes. We make such a big deal about bulletin board material. I think that's such bullshit. Like, are the Yankees or Twins going to play you any harder based on what Tim Anderson said?
Oh, so you're talking about like there's some ammo for
like. I don't buy that. Like the Yankees, they're only going to see a handful of times this year. The Twins are going to see you 19 times. They're going to kick your balls in regardless. Not because based on what he said. It's because you're good and they want to keep you wherever you are.
Yeah, we all want to beat the shit out of each other. Doesn't matter.
I mean, have you ever played a game harder based on what somebody said ever?
No. And the thing for me is like playing a game harder doesn't work for me. I need to be loose and free, man. I gotta be like chilling out there. I gotta be having a good time.
Are you one of those guys that wears headphones into the locker room on the day you pitch and I can't even look at you?
No, God, no.
There's guys like that.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to think. I'm going through our starting rotation right now. I don't think we have one starter that's like that, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. For me, I got enough going on up here. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough. I have a lot of thoughts. And so, like, why create all this, like, drama around my start day? I have, like, 32 of them and then more in playoffs. Like, how about I just be myself, relax, do my prep work, take it very seriously, of course, but like do my thing, like be myself. And then like, okay, game time, let's ride. Or in the bullpen, all right, now, why waste all that, like that intense focused energy early in the day? No, I need that at 7. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's my view though. Like Max Scherzer, different story, and one of the best pitchers of our generation. Everyone's different.
Talk to Max?
I'm trying to remember. It's been a few years. I want to say like there's a cutoff period like 2 hours before. So like he'll show up to the park. He'll like show up to the park completely himself, like normal. And then it's like 2 hours. So like maybe right before he puts his uniform on, goes in the training room. That's when he would turn it on.
Are you talking about that's when he would turn it on and that's when he would change his eye color? So he actually has 2 eyes that are the same color, but he turns it on so severely that one of them changes color. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Good. Exactly. He's about as intense as I've seen in person when it comes to like pitching, and it works for him. Everyone's different. Same thing. Like Liam Hendricks. You've watched him pitch like all of his live BPs. He throws a curveball in the dirt. Fuck, shit, God damn it. You know what I mean? But that's his way of like, get that out.
Yeah.
Give me the ball back. All right, now I'm dominating. I've tried that before. Doesn't work for me. I'm very much more like stay in my zone, like stay under control. I misfire. It's over. Get the ball back. I'm not even thinking like in game, like in a bullpen, I misfire. Okay, like what did I do? But in a game, I misfire. All right, it's 1-0. Okay, change up. That location. done. That pitch is done. It's one at a time. I'm one at a time for 100 or how many I throw in the game.
Yes.
That's how I do it.
We've all learned that starting pitchers spontaneously combust when they hit 100 pitches. So,
yeah.
All right. I want to get on to the family business, which is something different than almost every major leaguer. Explain what it is.
The acting and the writing and the show business.
Both your parents, actors.
My dad was an actor for a minute.
Okay.
And then he moved and got into like software and video games and did that for a very long time. But my mom had a very nice acting career and then has now transitioned that into oil painting, which she's like unbelievable. I mean, we're going down the full list. My grandfather, Warren, longtime actor, Matlock, Seinfeld. He did plays. I think he had a one-man show that did really well at one point.
Can I stop you there for a second?
Sure.
Your grandfather, Warren Frost, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So people heard Seinfeld. He played the role of Susan's dad. Now, Susan, of course, was George Costanza's fiance who died licking the envelopes getting ready for the wedding because it was a cheap adhesive.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most famous scenes ever from Seinfeld is the dinner party with George's parents. It is unbelievable. Here it is.
Oh, we get to watch it.
So who's having sex with the hen? Talk about it another time. But you see my point here? You only hear of a hen, a rooster, and a chicken. Something's missing.
They're all chickens. The rooster has sex with all of them.
That's perverse.
Firestorm, that's a hell of a picture.
Yeah.
Remember when they had the helicopter land on top of that car?
Hey, come on. I haven't seen it yet.
It doesn't have anything to do with the plot.
Still, I like to go in fresh.
Oh, man. You know, I really need to watch Seinfeld.
You didn't watch him in it?
I've seen his scenes, but I've never like watched all of Seinfeld.
Right.
And my favorite comedy television show ever by far is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, great one. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty much like Larry David made that show along with Jerry Seinfeld. I've always like wanted to watch it, and then I'm like, and I just don't do it.
Okay, well, you're going to end up doing it. I can feel it, and I'm curious because your grandfather passed away about 4 years ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever have talks with him about what the Seinfeld set was like?
No.
Oh, Lucas.
I didn't. I did not get to see him as much as I would have liked, like through childhood.
Right.
And I was like too young a lot of the time to like really ask the questions I would ask now.
Got
if
it.
That makes sense. Like it was like, oh, grandpa, like, let's hang out, play board games. And he did a lot of like, when I was younger, he was doing like woodworking. Like that's the thing. Like my entire family's artists, like they go from one art form to another and it's crazy. So I remember like him and my grandma lived in Vermont. I had a bunch of acres. It was so beautiful. And we would go out there summertime, wintertime, and just hang out. I'd do like crossword puzzles with him and things like that. Mm-hmm. But we never got into like really talking about stuff, like talking about his life. He was also a World War II vet.
Oh my gosh.
He was at D-Day.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was on a destroyer escort. He was in the Navy. He enlisted in the Navy when he was like 17. He was on a destroyer escort, like right off the coast during the invasion.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Shooting at German planes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
What an amazingly full life.
Oh my God. Yeah. Crazy. Working all over the country, acting, plays, TV, movies, like just really, really cool. That's one thing for me. Like, I wish that, I I could have had some more in-depth conversations with him when I was a little bit older, and I could, understand and really kind of pick his brain. But yeah, pretty cool, man.
Well, so, Seinfeld, a huge Mets fan, right? He has a box up there at Citi Field. How great would it be for you to walk up to him one day and say, hey, you acted alongside my grandpa?
Yeah.
Right? Can we make that happen?
I would love to, man. That'd be cool. It's so funny. Like I've seen Jerry Seinfeld in like a number of things. Obviously he had guest appearances on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I've watched a lot of comedians in cars getting coffee on Netflix. I've never watched Seinfeld.
Well, we're gonna make that happen. I think you'll have plenty of time this year when you're not on the Chris Rose rotation.
Absolutely,
you can make it happen. Now, we all know the story that you went to Harvard Westlake, outstanding prep school out here in Los Angeles, and the whole Max Fried, Jack Flaherty story. We know all about that. But your brother Casey gave up baseball to pursue acting, and people think of Harvard Westlake, they think of the big three, all pitching at the same time. The number of actors that have come out of that school is extremely impressive. I mean, if you just go down the list, I saw Jamie Lee Curtis, the Gyllenhaals, right? Jake and Maggie went there. Jason Segel went there. I mean, we're talking about decades and decades. Like, did you ever?
More recently, Beanie Feldstein.
Oh, right. Okay.
She's been fantastic in like a number of movies. Lady Bird and then also Ben Platt, who's a Tony Award winner. Yeah, big time.
So you didn't get bitten by the acting bug there? Like didn't even play like a tree as a freshman or something?
So I did not act at all in high school. For me, my extracurriculars were baseball and French horn. And then I ended up giving up French horn before my senior year. We can get into that in a minute, but I'll tell like a little acting story. Elementary school and middle school, like you have like the like condensed baby plays, right? And those were fun, but it wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh, I really want to like do more of this. You know what I mean? It was just like a good time. But like when I kind of realized it wasn't for me, like I didn't love it, was English class in 8th grade. One of our assignments was everybody got assigned a Shakespearean sonnet. I don't remember which number mine was. And I don't remember like any of the lines from it either anymore.
Can we just say that stuff sucks, by the way? Can I say that? I know your brother might get offended because I know that he's big time thespian actor over in England and has studied. Sorry, strike me down. I couldn't do Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare's a bit. It's hard to get into for sure.
Don't tell me you dug it. You go ahead. Just tell me the truth.
No, I'm never a huge fan. Like for my reading for pleasure at that age was a lot of science fiction.
Okay.
Like I liked Ender's Game and like the classics too, like War of the Worlds, stuff like that.
Sure.
But yeah, so everybody got assigned a sonnet. You got to memorize it full. And, and I don't remember 2 weeks, 1 week, like you're going to present it to your class, but like the class of like 30, like just your English class. Everybody goes through and does it. And then there's a vote on who is the best in the class. I won. Great.
Right.
So out of my English class, I won, which then meant I have to perform it in front of our entire 8th grade class.
Yes.
So like each winner from each English class went and performed it on stage, lights on, in front of the entire 8th grade class. And like, I knew my sonnet top to bottom. I didn't like mess up any lines or anything like that. I think I did a pretty good job. Just nothing about it was fun. Like I went out on stage, like shaking and sweating, just so nervous. It's like, I wasn't worried about like messing up lines. Like I knew it at that point, like the whole thing. It was just like, getting on stage, being the only one on stage, like the lights on me, all like I can see all my classmates sitting in the rows. Like it was the most uncomfortable thing. I got through it. I did okay, but it was just like, oh no, I don't like this whatsoever. Yeah, just not for me. Yeah.
I was Daddy Warbucks. That was my biggest role in Annie. I did the whole, the bald head and everything. I had to sing. Yeah. Daddy Warbucks.
Oh, I'm glad I never had to sing either. I have a horrible singing voice.
Not your, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Brault can give you singing lessons.
I know. He's unreal.
Yeah. Yeah. He's talented. All right. And your brother Casey is still doing a thing over in England?
Well, he's back home in New York with my parents right now. Okay. COVID has definitely made things tough.
Right.
He finished his program. It was a 3-year program. Unfortunately, like COVID hit right in the like meat and potatoes at the end of their 3rd year when they're doing like showcases and like agents are coming out to watch them and stuff like that. So that all got cut short. He's back home now. He's actually working in a brewery. Just kind of doing his thing, kind of waiting. The plan, I believe right now, is for him to go back over to Wales in May. He'll see his girlfriend. His girlfriend actually just signed with like a big time agency. So I think she's going to be huge.
Let's ride that gravy train, man.
Yeah. Like maybe the next Kate Winslet. She's extremely talented. She's been auditioning for some big roles. Like, I don't want to give away too much, but so he's going to go back over there. He'll get to see his girlfriend, which is great. But also I think that the school is planning on putting together like a showcase, like maybe even like a movie or something like that. And he'll be doing like a bunch of like self-tape auditions and start to get that career rolling.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We will be back with the Chris Rose rotation after this. Guys, it's March. It's happening. It's the best sport event of the year, people are saying. The big tournament is here, and DraftKings, DraftKings is hooking it up. They've got another crazy promotion going on. Pick an underdog, which is your whole bracket. You're picking every underdog. Pick an underdog you think is going to win. Bet $4 American. Win $256 American. That's 64x payout. That's free money. As long as you pick the right underdog. That's with DraftKings. $4. $256. Spend that on these glasses that I'm wearing. Hot. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code ROSE, R-O-S-E, like the flower, like Chris Rose, our beautiful flower. $4 into $256 if the underdog of your choosing. Winthrop? I'm on a Winthrop kick. Might be losing people money with that. No, Winthrop. Find your underdog. That's code ROSE. $4 into $256 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
All right. I heard that your dad cannot watch you pitch.
True.
Is this a mental block for Rick?
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of takes over a little bit. A funny thing is after my first spring training start, 2 innings, right? He texted me after, "Oh, great job. You look good." And he was like, "Oh, and guess what? I watched it." I'm like, "Get out of here. You didn't watch it." He's like, "No, I watched it. I watched it on, I watched it on the app." I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, no, it's just spring training. You're working on stuff, you're fine." I'm like, all right. You watched it. Good for you. We're making strides. I text my brother, "Hey, did Rick watch the game?" "Yeah, on like a 10-minute delay."
Wait a second. You just called your dad Rick.
I mean, I do that sometimes.
Oh, that you
Bad habit, I guess.
no.
What, you're
Not
out?
allowed.
You're Mike, are you kicking me out?
No. I would never kick you out. I have too much respect for everybody and how the family is run. But well, first of all, my dad's name, my dad's been gone 9 years, but my dad, I love everything about my dad except his name. His name was Norton, Norton, Norton. I would never have called him Norton. And he was not a hard ass. He was the sweetest man ever, but I would never be like, hey, Norty, what's up? Because I know there would have been a foot in my ass somewhere. Would have come from one of my brothers.
I don't know. It started, I was just being like an asshole teenager. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to call my parents by their first name. Like, fuck mom and dad. And then it like, I don't know. It just kind of stuck and I still do it sometimes.
So, Rick, he did not watch your no-hitter?
No, regular season. I don't know. The only time he can watch me live is if he's there in person. And even when he's there, like he likes to walk around and like kind of, he doesn't want to just sit there and watch every pitch. It's like, I'm going to move around and kind of just like ease it around, but
can you hear him in the stands?
No, he doesn't. He's not saying anything back there in the stands.
Nothing.
No way.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, he's chilling. I don't know. I guess for him, it's something about like, if I'm there, then it is what it is. But when he's watching it on TV, like he can't take it. He can't handle it. So he'll just like during the regular season, when it's my start day, it's time for my game. He'll like have something to do. Maybe he'll cook dinner or go to the store. I know that like when I was struggling bad, he was like going and just like buying a movie ticket and sitting in a movie theater and watch a movie during my game. Cause like he wasn't expecting the best results, but Lucas, now it's like he'll go on a walk or whatever. It's very strange. I don't know of any other dads that are like that. Any other dad that's like that, I'd love to pick their brain and see what their thought process is.
Okay, but wouldn't you like it if he was present?
What do you mean by present? Like
just enjoying it. Like it's something I struggle with. Like I like to take video when my kid's doing something. Like I should put down the phone and just watch to enjoy. And here is a guy who's been extremely successful in his walk of life.
Yeah.
And you're at the top of your profession. Maybe he should, I'm not joking here. Maybe he should talk to somebody so that he can enjoy it. You know how special it is to have a son that is a major leaguer?
I know, man. I agree 100%. I try and tell him all the time, hey, not every start's going to be good. It is what it is. Nolan Ryan had bad starts.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Gibson had bad starts. Like that's part of the game. Baseball's hard. It's just, I don't know, man. I think there's like superstition at play as well. There's a lot of factors. My brother and I joke about it all the time because he's home right now. He was home during the 2020 season and it was just like, the no-hitter thing was pretty funny. I mean, he went on this like long walk and then like he's getting back, like trying to time it up like, okay, 2.5 hours. Lucas is probably out of the game by now, walking back. My uncle who lives next door to them comes out like he did it. He did what? He threw a no-hitter. Oh my God. And then I don't know. I think his formula is like game happens. He looks at the box score. If the box score is good, he'll sit down and watch the game. If the box score is bad, move on.
So he watched the game at like 1 a.m?
Oh, yeah.
Lucas, that doesn't sound bizarre to you?
And I think he still like fast forwards through like walks and stuff like that.
Did he call you right afterward? Did you call him?
Yeah. I mean, after the game, I hung out in the clubhouse for like a while with my teammates after that because like we can't like go anywhere to celebrate during COVID. So we were just kind of chilling. I was texting everybody, texting my parents and my wife and stuff like that. And then I FaceTimed them when I got home later that night. And that was pretty special, but it was like super late for them at that point. I think it was like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Guess what? If my kid is fortunate enough to throw a no-hitter in the big leagues, I'll stay up all night. I'll pull an all-nighter. It's fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm going to watch the damn thing live. Mom watched it, didn't she?
So Rick pulled my mom into that.
Oh God.
At least this is my brother's account. I'm not there. They live up in the woods, but I think my dad was kind of pulling my mom into that, all this superstitious weird stuff. And my brother is like, what the hell, guys? I'm just going to go, I'm sit in my room and watch the game on my computer, I guess, by myself. And my brother's kind of letting my mom know how the game was going. And I think by around the 4th or 5th inning, she was like, screw this. I'm watching the rest of the game. And did.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good. Mama knows best. That's great.
Yeah, man. It's very peculiar. It's almost weird for me when a teammate's dad comes to town and is just enjoying everything and, just oh, this is fun. I see them sitting in the stands, just having a good time.
A little tear is going to fall down little Lucas's eye. And we're going to get to the bottom of this in therapy. I know we are.
Yeah. The thing is my dad, wonderful. When he comes out to visit, I think he just got, today was his second vaccination. So I think he's going to come out to visit at some point here in spring. And he's just wonderful. He loves talking to players and coaches and learning about the game and taking it all in and absolutely loves coming to the games. He's just a big baseball fan and he loves it. But when it's my turn to play, something changes.
He will watch a game this season. This is my prediction. At some point, and you will report on the Chris Rose rotation here on John Boy Media. Chris, he did it. And we will celebrate like he just threw another no-hitter. I'm just telling, I can feel it coming.
Good.
I do want to move on because you are the second member of the rotation who has been traded for a player, and that player now signs with the team. Tyler Glass now had it happen with Chris Archer, and now Adam Eaton is back with the White Sox, for whom you were traded from Washington.
Full circle.
Did you talk about it?
No, I've talked to Adam, but we haven't specifically talked about the trade or anything like that, to be honest. Yeah, my first conversation with him was an awesome conversation about player leadership, making sure everyone's pulling from the same rope, making sure that we're all on the same page. But we haven't really gotten into any nitty gritty about the trade or anything like that.
Did you pay attention to how he was doing? Because Glasnow said the same thing. He said, people make it a way bigger deal than it is to us. But did you pay attention to how he was performing in Washington?
A little bit. I mean, especially on their playoff run and winning the World Series for sure. Twitter's always oh, this team won the trade. This team won the trade. This team won the trade. I think in the case of that trade, it was me, Ronaldo, Dane Dunning for Eaton straight up. I think both sides won, man.
I agree.
The Nationals dumped me as well as Lope, Dunning. They probably would have liked to keep Dunning because he was younger. He's still in the low levels of the minor leagues, but Lope was doing very well at that point. I was starting to get the bust tag at that point because I looked horrible in 2016 when I got called up. And the Nationals, they just did not, they didn't have time for that with me. You know what I mean? They're we're trying to win a World Series right now. We need guys that are going to help this team win. I showed them that I wasn't helping the team win. And so I was a big piece of that package. The White Sox going into rebuild mode. I'm kind of a better candidate for that at that point. Ronaldo as well, another piece in the rotation. Dane Dunning, another high-level prospect. And they got eaten. They needed that outfielder, that like pesky lefty guy that gets on base. Like, they won a World Series, and now we're going to try and do the same thing. And we have Adam Eaton back.
It's hilarious. It's great. It was interesting. I want to go back to something you said. I was getting the bust label. Were you cognizant of that?
Oh, yeah.
How much did it bother you?
A lot. And that's the thing, is I was young and I didn't learn yet to like tune that shit out. Like, that's not going to help you, like, reading that kind of stuff. It does not. First of all, you don't have control over what people say about you. And secondly, it's just like there's nothing about that will put you in a better position. At least for me.
How do you learn to get out of that? Because you're kid. We got traded in 2016 or whatever it was, something like that.
Yeah. After the 2016 season.
Okay.
Winter meetings.
So you're 22, 23, maybe. I don't know. Whatever you were.
Yeah, 22.
How do you learn to get out of that? Is it somebody you talk to? Is it a confidant?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of work on my brain, sports psychology, big one, opening up with like my circle of trust, my wife, my agent, getting into that kind of stuff, like learning how to focus on the process rather than like really being hyper focused on results. Mm-hmm. That's a big one. For me, it was interesting because like I was like labeled top pitching prospects, this guy's going to be the next this guy, all that kind of thing, all those kinds of things going on. And I was like trying to work on stuff, but at the same time, it's like, I got to live up to, I got to be nasty, right? I got to be really good. And, I had some mechanical flaws, and it's just like big time spiral. And it took years. It's not like I got traded and then I was like, okay, like new, fresh outlook, I'm good to go now. No, it took like two more years of like big time struggles to really kind of look in the mirror and be like, hey, like, am I going to keep letting it go this way, or am I going to make some changes here? And I chose to make some changes.
Real quickly, were you worried you were not going to make it?
Not going to make it in what sense? Like be established in the big leagues and like have a good career?
You were going to be a guy that bounced around, that you were going to be a mid first round pick that was just going to be kind of a dude instead of the dude.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll be honest, like 2018, when I was going through that, I was like hoping I could be just a guy. At that point, I was like, man, I'd kill to just like be able to be consistent enough to be the 4 or 5 guy in a rotation. It was bad. Like I wasn't feeling good about myself, my pitching. The one thing keeping me going through it all was, I don't know, this like level of kind of confidence that was like really deep down there. Like if I wanted to find it, I'd have to go searching for it. But like, it was there of like, no, like you're good. You're very good at baseball. Like you can do it. Rick Renneria and Don Cooper in 2018, like they were trying to get me to tap into that. Like they were keeping me going. My wife, big time. She wasn't afraid to like be a hard ass to me about it sometimes. Like, you're failing, you're not doing well, but like, are you changing anything? Like, are you doing anything differently? Or are you just like going and doing the same thing, getting the same shitty results, and then trying to go do the same thing again? I was like, oh shit, you're right. You're right.
Did you say you're right immediately? Or were you like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you've never thrown a major league pitch?
No, it was, you're right immediately, because she has done so much in her own life and her own career path to where she has had to put herself out of her comfort zone numerous times, moving to like cities by herself, like cold, just emailing people like, hey, can I come work here? Hey, can I come learn from you? Hey, this, that, going and going into like work environments where she literally had no idea what she was doing and then just having to figure it out. That coming from her was like real. It wasn't like she was just like sitting back, like drinking a cappuccino, like do better. No, it was like coming from a place where she's like, look what I've been doing the last 3 years. Like, how about you get on the same page? And I needed it. And it ended up working out because I was able to like I looked at myself in the mirror after that 2018 season, and I was like, things have got to change. Like, I can be very good. That's what I had, like, deep down. Like, I know I can be good, but what are my steps to get there? And so that's when we had to like go back in the lab and create those steps for myself.
Good for you, man. Good for you. So we brought up Eaton, and he's one of those pesky hitters. Always fouls stuff off and gives you.
My bad. We're getting like so off topic.
We're not.
Adam Eaton turned into okay.
No, that's the beauty of the Chris Rose rotation. There is never off topic. You don't think people are set. How many people, Lucas? You have to keep this in mind. How many people have ever failed at the top of their profession, dug themselves out of a hole, and then gotten back up?
I don't know.
You've done it.
Yeah.
So there is no off topic here. The fact that you're sharing that and you're vulnerable like that, I guarantee you people are listening or watching this and they're like, something's going to resonate with somebody out there.
I hope so, man. That's the one thing. Like when I talk to kids, when I talk to like, a college program or something like that, like my biggest thing I try to stress is like, hey, if things aren't going well, don't try harder, try different. Put yourself out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. Like do something different.
Yeah.
If it works, great. If it doesn't work, well, at least you tried and now your brain's working in a different way. You know what I mean? You're putting yourself into a different space. So now maybe you can like start to put some things together. But
it's good. You're helping people, dude.
Yeah, I hope so.
People also want to find out what it's like to face certain major league hitters. So I know that there's guys that are great. We get it. Like we see them every night on the highlights. Give me like 3 pesky hitters that we're not thinking about that are always kind of like a pain in the ass. You're like, God dang it. Another foul ball.
Oh, I'd say Whit Merrifield, but I think that he's already kind of like beyond that threshold.
Yeah, but he is a pain, man, isn't he?
Oh, he's good. He's very good. Very good. I'm trying to think more in division because I face those guys more. Candelario on Detroit sometimes.
Yeah, he's good.
Yep.
What does he do that you don't expect or something?
Sometimes he'll like the guessing and the adjustments, like again, like foul balls, things like that. I don't like guys that don't strike out.
Well, everybody in baseball strikes out now.
Yeah, Fletcher on the Angels.
Oh yeah,
I'm opening up against them. Yeah, that guy. Now I have struck him out before, but he is also like hit some, I want to say, pretty decently located fastballs. Like just pokes it out there. Single.
Yeah, he gets some weird swings that are great results, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a lot like, he played way before your time, but David Eckstein. Little guy who just, you're like, God, he should be going back to the dugout on 4 pitches.
Yeah.
Instead, he's standing on second.
So like the king of that for me is Nick Madrigal, and that's why I'm happy that he's on our team.
Mr. 3000.
Yeah, Mr. 3000. Circle back to him real quick. Man, I'm trying to think of like one more short guys, man. Altuve. Gardner.
Yeah, but Altuve going to hurt you too.
Yeah, for sure. But like anytime that strike zone gets condensed, like I like to pitch up, but like now my normal up, it's not a strike anymore. So you have to like try and gauge it down. And next thing you know, it's, oh God, am I like pulling this like right into his sweet spot?
Oh, Mr. 6'6" ripping on the guy who's barely 5'7".
I'm not ripping on them. Like it works. It makes it harder on the pitcher.
It does. Hey, listen, that's a good enough list, man. I don't want this to act like it's, I'm putting you through calculus again.
I never got to calculus.
Really, at Harvard Westlake, you graduated without calculus. I'm going to have to talk to their curriculum director.
I stayed on the lower track, which was still very difficult.
Yes,
and
it
not
was.
Fun.
No. One of the top prep schools in the country, Harvard Westlake. A lot of our friends have gone there.
Geology was my favorite. Rocks for jocks.
You even called it at that school?
That's what we called it. Rocks for jocks.
Did you get an A?
I think so, A-, B+.
Okay.
And I remember like first day, or the teacher addressed it like, I know you guys all think this is rocks for jocks, but we're gonna learn some shit. All right.
I'm on board. Yes.
Yeah. It was
All
fun.
right.
We had a cool trip. We went out to Death Valley and saw volcanoes and stuff like that. It was great.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like the list thing. So I gave you one little assignment, which was to give me a guest list. Three people that you'd love to have on this show as guests, because as we move on, it's not just going to be the two of us chopping it up, which is great. That'll be part of the next show. But I'd like to have a guest on too. So
absolutely.
Let's go through it and why.
All right. I got two right off the bat. Max Fried, Jack Flaherty. I know the story has been beaten like a dead horse, but I can't think of like one time all three of us, or even like two of us, have been able to do like a long form, like just kind of chatting and telling stories, that kind of deal. I think that would be fun.
I agree. Who's funnier between those two?
Max and Jack? Ooh. I gotta say, like, between all three of us, neither three of us are very funny.
What does that mean? You've had me laughing today.
Maybe.
No, you have.
That's good. Between them two, man, I think I just have to give it to Max, because Jack is like so serious all the time and posting about the Joker.
Okay. So, but yeah, I'd love to have both, all three of you guys on.
If they'd be down to do all three, like all three of us at once, if that works for the podcast, I think that'd be great.
I'm in.
And yeah, we got to see if they'd want to do it too.
Come on. If Lucas Giolito calls, you answer that call, man.
I'll do my best to persuade them.
Okay.
But my third guest, Liam Hendricks.
Yeah.
That guy, man, he loves to talk.
What was your first impression of him when he walked in the door?
Well, I met him a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
We've I'd say we kind of had like an acquaintance relationship for a while where, we check in and things like that. And then when he was a free agent, I was pushing very hard to get him, and then we did, which is awesome. And I knew from my times talking with him that, like, man, he's a chatterbox, but it's like, now that he's here with us, it's on a whole other level. I can talk a lot, and I don't even come close.
How often does he drop an F-bomb? Or isn't it like every third word with him?
Yeah. I mean, Australian, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Other ones too that I won't say here.
It's a podcast. Feel free.
No.
It could be cleansing for the soul.
No, I swear a lot, but there's one word that I tend to avoid that Australians say all the time. So it's just part of their vocabulary.
I understand. I'm interested. I'm kind of surprised. I love your guest list, but I'm kind of surprised you didn't go outside the baseball world. because you're one of those deep thinkers. I was surprised.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm in the future.
Okay.
Well, like we can ease into it with baseball, and then
Totally. We can go anywhere. That's the beauty. Like Brault wants Dave Grohl. Yeah, that's a good one, right? Archie Bradley is really into space, and he wants an astronaut.
Oh,
yeah,
very cool.
Bradley said something hilarious on the show. He goes, "I really, really want to go into outer space. Now I want to come back, but I really want to go."
I don't want to go at all.
Zero interest.
It's like the trip up there is like an insane roller coaster, and like you're all that and the G-force. No thanks.
Couldn't deal with the turbulence on the way up.
If I could like take a sleeping pill and sleep through the whole like going up, yeah, cool. When I'm out there, that'd be fun. And then one more sleeping pill on the way back down.
Got it. So it's the travel that's the problem, not the destination.
Yeah. I like roller coasters, but not the ones that like go just like straight down. I like flipping around and stuff. That's fine. But when you like your stomach's coming up here, I don't like that.
I can't do any of them. I didn't take my kids on roller coasters when they were younger. I can't do it. I'm out. Sorry, kids. You're gonna have to find some stranger that'll take you on that thing. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll throw out a non-baseball guest, Larry David. That would be my dream. That would be freaking awesome.
How do we make that happen? You're the Hollywood connection.
I have no connection to Larry David, man. Other than my grandfather being on his show. But that's it. That's
the end. I told you that. I mean, I think it'd be fantastic.
Does he have Twitter?
Larry David? It's a great question. We'll have to find. We're going to get to him.
His daughter does. I don't know if he does.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple quick things before we hit the road. And you've been funny. You don't think you're funny? You're funny. This, in addition to being a co-host, you get to play like a game show every time you're on. This is the wheel of moderately interesting things. Okay. So we spin it, and it'll land on a topic, and we'll answer the question. It seems pretty simple, right?
They don't look like questions. They just look like words.
These are topics, and then the questions follow based on what the topic says. You're being very analytical on me now.
Okay.
You're real stickler for rules, Giolito. Here we go. Big spin. This is my cardio for the day.
All right.
That might have been my best spin.
You're getting very sleepy.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Why are you laughing already?
Do you have any idea what phony is about?
I have no idea. It means fake?
Well, it does. But on this wheel, it means take your phone. You are going to FaceTime somebody famous in your phone. Look at you. You look like you're constipated. Are you okay?
Oh, God, I hate that. Okay.
No, but you were talking about, didn't your wife say, push yourself so you're uncomfortable?
Okay, FaceTime someone famous in my phone.
Yes, but you're going to have to hold it so that we can see it as well. But the key is when they answer and they're like, hey, Lucas, how you doing?
Do I have to do oh no, I've seen this. I have to do the, hey, I'm busy. I'll call, why'd you call me or whatever?
Yeah, can I call you right back? Yeah. God, you're turning red. You don't want to do that? Would you like another spin?
No, I mean, I'll do it. It's fine. I don't know who's famous on my phone.
Oh, come on. You don't have
I could do a baseball player. Is that not boring?
They're famous.
All right.
It's a baseball podcast. People like baseball players on this show. Like if you were to get Larry David, I would tell you not to hang up.
All right.
Are you sweating because you're worried about this?
No, I'm not worried about it. I think I'm going to screw up my lines.
Your lines?
What do I say? What do I say?
This isn't your Shakespearean sonnet again. You got that cold. All you have to do is hold the phone up so we can see who you'll tell us who it is. You'll hit it on perfect. And then Dallas Keuchel, great one. Dallas is really going to hate me after this. And he'll be like, hey, what's up, man? And you go, oh, dude, I'm sorry. Can I call you right back? And he'll be like, what? And it's perfect. That's it.
I thought the meme was like, they answer the phone and I'm like, hey, I'm busy. Why'd you call? Or something like that.
Yeah, it's whatever you want to do. You can put your own spin on it. Look at you. You're like gripping over this.
Okay, I got it. I'm just going to say, I know what to say, but I don't know if he'll answer.
That's all right. Let's see.
He's probably deep in Call of Duty right now.
Oh, is he one of those guys?
Yeah, like me. You got a problem with that?
No. Sorry. I didn't mean to take you away from Call of Duty today. I appreciate you sparing the hour plus, Mr. Giolito. All right, hold that phone up so we can see it.
All right.
Here we go.
I don't want to show his phone number.
No, don't do that, please. There he is. We're calling Dallas Keuchel. I mean, what else would he be doing? Oh, you're going to get the dreaded call failed, Giolito.
That's a lot of rings.
Yeah, it's too many. Yeah. It's okay. You look good in the FaceTime, though. I got to tell you.
I look horrible in the FaceTime.
God, you just.
I want to come back here.
Yeah.
my entire face is taking up the screen.
Yeah. That was good effort.
Dang.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. This was giving you much more angst than I had anticipated.
Yeah. I try to be a people pleaser. I don't like messing around with people too much.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. No. You're good. You're good. Let's move on. Take a deep breath.
Ooh.
Cleansing breath.
I'm not going to do it, but I have a phone number in there that would be so funny if I did it. Keith Olbermann. It's not happening. I'm sorry to all the listeners. It's not going to happen. I can't disrespect Keith Olbermann like that.
Here's a little tidbit. Keith Olbermann and Chris Rose share a birthday.
Oh,
yeah. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Hopefully not the same year, though.
Not the same year. No. I'm getting you. All right. Before I hand out your homework assignment, you have one teammate that is not only talented on the diamond, but did you know that Yoan Moncada can do this?
Fire.
Is that playing in the clubhouse a lot?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talent.
Hey, man. He's doing it.
Yeah, he is.
The music video, electric. The song, I need to get the translation still. I'm asking that's on me. I should know Spanish, which I don't. I took 3 years of it in high school, didn't pay attention. Now I wish I did. That's probably my biggest regret from high school, other than not playing other sports, was not paying attention in Spanish class, because that class could have benefited me more than any other class I took in high school, aside from cinema studies, because I love cinema studies. That was my favorite class. Shout out, Mr. Walsh.
No way, Mr. Walsh. Now, you made the great point about Spanish, because Miguel Rojas, of course, is a member of the Chris Rose rotation, is teaching me Spanish.
Oh,
so
that's
if you want
great.
to join us, yeah, because I told him it's my biggest regret. Could you imagine if, as a media member, I could have gone in and had a dialogue with kids from the Dominican Republic?
Absolutely.
From Venezuela?
Absolutely.
So he's going to help change my life. We're having classes occasionally every few weeks. I'll give you a call if you'd like to attend.
Beautiful.
But with all that being said, my wife used to be an elementary school teacher. So it is time right now for Mrs. Rose's homework assignment, which is have Yoan Moncada teach you his dance moves, and I want you to video it.
Okay. What
do we think?
Let me make a note of that.
I saw you moving a little bit during the music video. How are your dance moves, 1 to 10?
Bad, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to dance.
Good.
I'm not afraid to dance, even though it looks awkward and I look like a baby giraffe. No worries. I'll do that. I'll have him try and teach me some moves. It's basically like a salsa, like Cuban style, like salsa thing. It doesn't look difficult watching him do it, but like when I try and do it, all the Latin guys laugh at me. So I'm definitely not doing it right.
This is going to be great. Just
Yeah,
video
we'll
it
see.
for us and
Yeah,
let
I'm
us
gonna-
know how it goes. Let her rip, man. It's a good homework assignment.
Yeah.
Mrs. Rose wants you to succeed. She likes giving out A's.
So the specific dance he was doing in the music video.
Sure, whatever, once again, take your liberties if you'd like.
Got it.
We don't have to stay in our lanes here at the Chris Rose Rotation. So,
Yes.
Lucas, you were wonderful. I hope that you had fun today, man.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. I'm looking forward to the next one already.
That's good.
We got to wait 3 weeks.
Well, listen, if you want to move up in the rotation, it's up to you. I'm here to make your time pleasant here. That's all.
Well, we'll see how after release, we'll review my performance and see how it stacks up against the rest.
This is not a competition. We're all in the same. Remember, Adam Eaton talked about all pulling in the same direction.
Yes. We're all on the same team. I know.
Thank you.
Know.
Right.
We're in spring training. We're battling for our spots.
Mm-hmm. A few quick reminders to all of our listeners and our viewers out there. Hit the subscribe button, however you download your podcast. Give Lucas 5 stars because he's a big 5-star general sort of guy. And then if you're consuming it on YouTube on the John Boy Media Baseball channel, which is brand new this year, give us the old thumbs up like and leave a comment as well. It certainly helps us out, and we appreciate it. So, Lucas, stay healthy first and foremost. Learn the dance moves from Yohan Moncada. And if Dallas Keuchel returns your call at some point, just tell him hi for us.
Will do. Absolutely.
Okay. So that is Lucas Giolito, part of the Chris Rose Rotation here on John Boy Media. Thanks very much for Robbie running the board and putting the edit together as always. We'll see you next time here on the Chris Rose Rotation.